All right, everybody. Today, this is our preview for the Seattle Sounders Leagues Cup group. And in general, Brody and I are just going to talk about Leagues Cup, our thoughts for the Sounders going into this tournament, and all that good stuff. If you're a big fan of Seattle Sounders content, all things Sounders, this is the channel that you need to be at. So make sure to subscribe, like the video. We're not going to do too much coverage talking about Leagues Cup. We're going to do this unless something absolutely catastrophic happens or really positive happens. We're probably just going to do this and then talk about our campaign at the end, just because we have a lot of other fun stuff planned when this tournament is happening. But we thought you guys would at least want us to kind of preview it, talk about it, give our thoughts on the tournament, the matches we're going to play in. This is the Sounders group. We're playing against 3 Liga MX clubs: Cruz Azul, who we played earlier this season in the Champions League; Santos Laguna, who we've actually played many times in the Champions League long time ago; and then Club Tijuana. Brody, what do you think about our group?
Um, I think this group, I think it's doable
But
because
it's tough.
it's tough, of course, but Santos Laguna and Club Tijuana haven't necessarily been great over the last year. I think these are teams that we should be beating. Um,
Especially
Especially since
being at home. Yeah.
all games will be played at home. Cruz Azul, we know what they have. I will say, like, seeing as we did play those Club World Cup games and we showed that we could play at that kind of intensity, I think that could be good for us and useful when we go in to play Cruz Azul again. But again, that's probably a game I'm expecting us to lose. But I think it could have been. I mean, it's just like I think it could have been worse, but it could have been easier. I think depending on what kind of squads we roll out, that's kind of going to be like the deciding factor on how well we do.
Yeah, I think for me, on paper, I think our group's a little bit tricky because even though, yeah, Santos Laguna and Club Tijuana are not one of the powerhouses in Mexico, I just think we always struggle against Mexican clubs for the most part. Outside of the year we won CCL, we always just kind of struggle. Like I look back at that Necaxa game where it looked like we were gonna win that game comfortably. We got absolutely turned over, just like one little snap, and they completely changed the game and ran the Sounders in Seattle. So for me, I think it depends a little bit. And as you said, depends on what kind of lineups we play. And I think that's kind of the topic of discussion. Are Sounders really going to try in Leagues Cup? Are we going to roll out our best lineup? What should we be doing here? In my opinion, I think from all the tournaments we've played in this year, and maybe we talked about an early video before the season started, Leagues Cup is the one I'm okay with binning off. Like, I'm not going to be that upset if we play like a decently heavily rotated lineup and we kind of get rolled over in some of these games, just because we had Club World Cup, which most MLS teams didn't have. We have still a long season ahead, and we still have had a couple of like major injuries throughout the season. I kind of want to keep legs fresh. I'd be cool if we rotate, give Kent more of a run out, De Rosario more of a run out, Georgie more of a run out, let Obed and Christian rest. Like, I wouldn't mind that. Like, really, like, I wouldn't be upset if we lost because of those things. Like, I'm okay with it. Like, I was never personally a big fan of Leagues Cup to begin with. So I'm kind of okay with it. But I don't know maybe if you're in that same boat or not.
I'm in the boat of this is the prime opportunity to get Christian and Obed some rest. I don't want to see a single game in these group fixtures of those two starting in the same lineup.
Wow.
I think you either start Christian and Danny or Obed and Danny. Like to me, Leagues Cup, I can tell you for a fact I don't think the team is actually like that interested. I think we were all in for the CCC because it's got history. All in for the Club World Cup because of the competition and the prize pool. This tournament just kind of feels like a whatever type thing. I think it's a good opportunity to get players the rest that they desperately need. I think we have the depth to still roll out a good team. Like instead of the I guess Pedro, Kent, Rusnak. Maybe you roll out um, or sorry, not Kent, but Ferreira, Rusnak, Pedro. Instead, you roll out like Ryan Kent, Georgie, Danny at the 10, maybe Ferreira a bit at the 10. Type of lineup. Osase gets a lot more looks. The pivot. needs to be rotated. I think we have the depth to still be able to put out a team that can win. My biggest concern though, I will say, is I don't see us scoring a lot of goals this tournament. And with how shaky our defending has been over the last couple months, I think it could be like a sneaky situation where we don't score much. And because of that, I think we could still give up plenty of goals and we could honestly get kind of embarrassed. I hope that doesn't happen, but I see that scenario. But all in all, I'm just cool with rotating the squad and seeing what happens. I don't want to put all of our eggs in the Leagues Cup basket. I don't know about you, but
No, I totally agree. For me, Leagues Cup, I think we would be but the thing is I know the team, like, we know the team too well, and I don't blame them to a degree, but it's like, kinda look at the whole chessboard, the whole landscape of what you're fighting for. You were playing in Club World Cup unlike any other teams in MLS outside of LAFC and Miami, and those are 3 extra really, like, tough games in itself. You're adding on another 3 tough it's kinda like I think it's okay, like, I'm willing to give us that pass this time, and it could be good minutes just to give to Danny. Because again, like, let's think about this, like, for Danny, for example, remember he had offers from Pumas. You could
yeah.
by playing him, he plays well, maybe other Mexican clubs might get interested in him, like, showcasing him, De Rosario, Georgie, Kent, like, this might be a good time to do that, and again, as you said, they're not bad players whatsoever, we could still get wins with those guys. Maybe you put in Cody Baker in there as well. Maybe you put in Burnell, give him some like sub minutes in these games. Fuck it. You'll just go for it. I mean, I don't really mind that. And I'd be okay with it. If we lost, I'm not too fussed.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at. Um, I think, like you said, a big potential winner are the young guys that don't get a lot of minutes. Them coming in and proving themselves, not only just to increase their value, but just to get more looks in the first team. I mean, obviously Georgie's kind of been the odd man out when it comes to the winger group. So if he gets a lot of time at Leagues Cup and plays very very well, this could lead to him getting more minutes. So I think you just take this tournament as a chance to rest your big guns and kind of uh, rotate in some talented players who haven't played as much, try and build their confidence back. I'm sure Ryan Kent could use this tournament. I mean, if I'm honestly, dude, if I'm Brian, I'm like, hey, like I'm starting you 1, 2, if not 3 of these games. Like I want you to just be free. Like I
Express
don't want you to
yourself.
be this your passive self that you've been for the last couple months. Like I want you to go out and try and pick this game over. That's what I would be doing. Same with Georgie as well. Just trying to see like what these guys can do and try and build their confidence.
Do you think there's a world where the Sounders could win Leagues Cup? Because we've never really been close to winning it.
Um, I think I think there is a world only if like let's say we sneaky move out of the group, right? I think
Mhm.
once we get into the final like 16 stuff like this, then I think we'll be like, okay, this is like we could win this
Now it's
thing, you
real.
know?
Deji mode
Then we put
on.
in exactly. Then we put in the big guns and there's a scenario like that. Um, really low probability though. I wouldn't say we're anywhere near the favorites for this tournament, but I think there's a world where we could go on a sneaky run.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Boys and girls, I think that's kind of how we're gonna wrap it up. You guys got to let us know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about Leagues Cup? Sounders' chances at it? Should they take it serious? Should they rotate it? Should they play their main starting lineup? You guys got to let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to smash the like button on this video. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, because this is the channel that you need to be at if you are a big fan of all things Seattle Sounders FC. But boys and girls, I hope you'll have a lovely day.